everybody, and welcome to Tween Tuesday. I'm Miss Cindy from the South Brunswick Public Library, and today we are going to make something that can be given as a gift, something that can be kept for yourself, and something that is upcycled, which is probably one of my favorite things because it is turning trash into treasure, essentially. We are going to take an old can and some popsicle sticks, craft sticks, whatever you call them, and we're going to turn them into a planter. Basically, you can use them to plant something, grow something, you can give it away as a gift, but you can also use it as a vase or a cup, something to, hold your pencils or markers or anything like that. You don't necessarily have to put plants in it, especially if you have a difficulty keeping plants alive like I do. If you saw last week's video, I talked about that a little bit, but it still comes out really cute. You can, use it outside, use it inside, especially now that the weather is getting warmer. You can definitely keep it outside and it would make like a nice little planter for a windowsill or something like that. So I'm going to show you how to take those simple things and put them together into something really cute. Let's go. Okay, we're going to get started on our upcycled planter. The things you're going to need are craft sticks, also known as popsicle sticks. I'm using the big ones. But you can also use the small ones depending on what you have and the size of your can, which brings me to a can. This is just an old can that I picked up from the recycling bin and just made sure to wash out and clean off and get the label off and everything. You can just use any can. You just make sure that you or your parents very carefully take the lid off and wash out the inside and the outside. Paint. And I'm going to be using a hot glue gun, which is probably going to be your best bet for gluing the popsicle sticks to the can. I got this glue gun for about $3 at the craft store. I got it at Michael's. You can, get it at any craft store. And you can get them for really cheap. They're not super expensive to have. You just need to keep rebuying the glue sticks themselves, but you don't use, so much glue. And if you make sure that you get a good pack, then, you can hold on to it for quite a while without having to restock. So first things first, like I said, you want to make sure that your can is nice and clean. You want to make sure that the label is off and that the inside has been washed and dried. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the popsicle sticks and I'm going to go ahead and paint them. I very quickly kind of did a quick measure and I found that for the thick ones, 14 of them was good. You don't necessarily have to paint them, technically. You can leave them their own natural color. That's fine. You can also use markers, a different kind of paint. You can do pretty much anything you want in terms of the decoration. I'm going to paint them because I think they're going to look cool and I want them to look kind of springy. But like I said, you can just leave them as is. You can draw on them with markers, Sharpies, whatever, and that would all work fine. So first I'm going to take some yellow. I'm going to mix it with some white. I'm going to be using 4 colors. So I'm going to split these into 4s, and it's not going to be perfectly even. Obviously 14 doesn't divide into 4 that well. But it's okay. We're going to have 2 colors that have 4 each, and then 2 colors that have 3 each. It's not perfectly even, but I'd say it's pretty good. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix it. And I'm just mixing white and yellow because I want kind of a paler yellow because this is, for me, a springtime craft. This is when I'm filming it. This is when I'm making it. So I want it to be more of a pastel than like a nice bright summer color. But this is just personal preference. Obviously, you do whatever you want. You do whatever your heart desires. If you're giving this as a gift, you can do it in the other person's favorite color. You can do it rainbow colored. You can do all the sticks the same color. You can even glue the sticks on and then use a marker to draw a design on it after they're all there together. Really, the possibilities are endless. more white. Again, I want it to be nice and pastel. And you really only have to paint one side. You can paint both sides if you want. That will definitely take longer, obviously. And for me, I'm using the big ones, as I said. And so when I glue it on, it's going to show on the inside. I'm not going to bother. I think it's going to be fine looking like that. But if I were using the short ones on this can, for example, you wouldn't be able to see the inside pretty much at all. So what you decide to do regarding paint really also depends on what size can you're using, what size sticks you're using. So use your best judgment. Alright, so now that I have those, I'm just going to go ahead and give these a quick paint. Okay, so I've got all my painting done and I have plugged in my glue gun. If I have not said it before, I'm going to say it now. You want to be very, very careful with the glue gun. It is an easy thing to buy. As I said, it's like really cheap if you go to the store and buy it, but it is exactly what it's called. It is hot. I have definitely burned myself on a glue gun before. I am not excited about doing it again, so you always want to be really, really careful about how you use it. You never want to touch this metal bit, especially. That's the hottest bit there is. You don't want to touch the glue as it comes out. It is thick and it is very hot. So the problem is that it goes onto your skin and it will be difficult to get off. It's not like water. It doesn't, cool off immediately. So you want to be super, super careful. Always only hold it by the handle. And when you put it away, it's got these little prongs at the front. That's because they can stand up like that. And that's how you want to rest it. You never want to rest it like on top of carpet or anything like that. If you have like a pot holder, I would really suggest doing that. What I sometimes do is use kind of the lid of a jar and I just kind of place it there and it fell apart immediately right there. But basically you just put it and let it hang out there. So sometimes you'll get hot glue that drips out. So you always want to have something underneath that will hold on to it. So like I said, you want to be super, super careful. Okay, so now that my sticks are dry, we're going to place them to one side and we're going to start on our can. You can figure out what order you want these in, what colors, stuff like that. So I think I'm going to organize that now. So now that my glue gun is warm, we're going to go ahead and start gluing. So I'm going to move this up and I'm just going to start. Whoop. You don't need a lot of glue. I'm just going to put kind of one line down the center. Make sure it's even. And just hold it for a sec. I'm just kind of pushing it from the inside as well. And that'll be good. Alright, so we're just going to keep doing that now. Again, it's fine, it rolled away a bit. Just kind of a line down the center. And we're just going to keep doing that all the way around. Alright, it is all done. They are all glued on, and it definitely doesn't look as sad as just like an old recycled can. You can always take like a ribbon and just like tie a ribbon here. You can use this as a small vase instead of a planter, but I am actually going to fill this with dirt and maybe put a few seeds in and see what grows. So I hope you guys liked this week's Tween Tuesday, and I will see you next time. Bye!